Good morning. Hopefully we're all doing well. So I say this every time. I might as well just keep saying it to be honest. But yeah, quick update video. I'm going to try and get it done under 20 minutes. Um, but yeah, I'm just going to go through Bitcoin, go through all the alts. I normally don't have more than 25 to be honest, but it's just been a little bit chaotic. I've been running through sort of my normal pot, been looking at some alts like even RSR and stuff that's fully breaking out, and just really been cycling through. So there's a fair few more than 25 in here, but yeah, they're just a little bit messy at the moment. I've just been very busy over the last couple of nights. But yeah, go through Bitcoin, going to trickle into some alts, literally from a little bit like top to toe. Just go through the interesting ones. And yeah, hopefully a bit of education in it as well. But yeah, if you can, like, comment, subscribe, share it about, and yeah, I'll smash through it. So with Bitcoin, personally, I think most of the meat is done. I mentioned before here, I think I even did an overlay of here, yeah, saying obviously start of alt season. Once we got up here, really that should have been, after 11th or 12th of November. But um, and then obviously when we went a little bit sideways, I did say I'm a little bit early to the party, saying obviously about alt season. But again, we mentioned this previously when we called for. Oof, let me see if I can find it. This, yeah. So we mentioned it here. If you remember on previous video, saying once we've got up here, what's going to happen now is this is literally just going to go sideways and pop up because you've obviously had most of the meat of the move. That's actually the third of the third wave of all of this. The reason this isn't the third of the third, this is actually the third wave of the fifth wave extension. This is actually a third of the third, and it doesn't look like it, but yeah. So again, we showed obviously in previous videos. If you have missed any of the previous ones, honestly, just go back and watch them personally. I just think, yeah, you're going to learn a little bit in terms of Elliott Wave, and yeah, just keep up really. I will be, and I know I keep saying this, I am currently making a course. I've fucked Discord off. I'm making a website, and yeah, it's going well so far. Pretty much just going to bring a course. It's going to have everything in there. I'm going to shill it. I'll shill it more later on, but yeah, just sort of give you a heads up if you are wanting to learn actually how to trade, how to count waves like I do, and X, Y, Z. Then I'm going to be teaching everything that I've learned over the years of being in this game. So, right, anyway, I do this, I ramble on, and it ends up taking a fucking hour. So. But what I think we've got now is obviously start of alt season, which obviously we said there on the 13th. I need to just get that off. Where's that? Right, beautiful. Um, Personally, I think we've already had our dip here. I think you've got wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and wave five, or this is the high of wave three. Wave four isn't completed yet, and this could essentially be like wave A, which is a leading diagonal. So it's like an A, B, C, but then you've got two, three, four, five, and it's like a leading diagonal like that. All right. So we could have wave A, then an A, B, C, D, E, then one, two, three, four, five, and come down to the previous wave four, which is roughly around here. And then we go, and this is just your wave four. And then this wave one, two, wave three is there and not here. And then you're going to have wave four, wave five. From a longer term out perspective, that does make sense. And when you look at it like this, you do look and people say, Jesus, that does not look like a 3-4 to this 1-2. And honestly, you are right. But the amount of times I have caught, I've not caught, the amount of times I've counted waves and we've got up to the highs and I'm expecting another, literally like waves go like this and then you come up, you're pushing up like that for 3-4s, like wave 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3-4, then 3-4, right? And then and I think we're just going to keep cycling up like this, and we just get halfway and then we just turn, and it happens all the time. So I'm just being a little bit more cautious, and I've sort of learnt my lesson in relation to that. So just for now, just until I get more PA, I am counting this as a 3-4. Then if this is the fourth wave triangle, because if this is a wave one, wave two, and that's sideways, you're probably not going to get a sideways 3-4 for this 3-4 mini orange. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, again, you're gonna have to wait a few months for my course to come out. All right, but you wave three, and then if this is A, B, C, D, E, and then we're obviously shooting up, then I do think that that is there, and you've literally only just got that, and then last leg up for Bitcoin. So, but that fifth wave that could extend just like this did. This is your third of your third, like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, and then 4, and then look at that 5. We could be getting another one of these. All of this, up until the third wave, up until here, could literally just top out here. Then we could go 4, and then we could just get another extended fifth wave. So that's what I mean. Just for now, I'm just going to count it like this because it just makes the most sense. And what I've just shown before in relation to we keep going up and then we just pull back before I'm even expecting it a little bit. In relation to it, so I'm just going to cover a few. So ACH, if you've been following up with ACH, this is what I've been expecting. So something like this. I'll get rid of that now. All right. Yeah, we've got something like this. That's probably a 1-2. We're probably going to create another 1-2, and this is probably going to go parabolic. I just want to show something. I did mention about Gala the other day. Let me just go to Gala. Sorry, my throat's in fucking bits this morning. Don't even smoke, and I feel like I'm fucking dying. So I don't know if this is wave one. I don't know if this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leading diagonal with a truncated fifth wave. Look, it doesn't make a new high. It might be, might not be. But then wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2. This is probably 1, 2. That's probably 1, 2. Now, I am 80% in Gala, 20% in ACH. I'm going to bring out more alpha in these videos as opposed to Twitter, so it keeps people watching sort of my videos. So you've been mentioning me see a lot of ACH XYZ. Compared to Gala, I've now sold 80% of my ACH and I own it in Gala. I could be wrong, and if I am, that's it, you move on. But this is the reason for it. Let's just choose this low, for example, and we go up here. That's made a 104% move from this low. These have literally been following each other, right? Gala is up 211%. All right, so it's almost doubled. Now, if I look at this and I think a third wave break, honestly, I know this sounds mental, don't quote me, probably a 60% move. Again, it's not going to be 60% in one day. Same with this, right? You're probably going to get a 30% move, right? That's half of it. Now, if you overlay ACH, there we go in here. Overlay ACH and you go to Gala. I'm going to show more on this stuff as well, how you can overlay charts like this. But look at this. In fact, you know what? I'll do it the other way around. We'll just flip it. Fuck it, we'll just flip it. If this was Gala, and you know what? Just so then most people don't get confused. Fucking hell, man. Right. Beautiful. So we keep it like this, and then we'll flip it back. Do I need to flip it back? Do I need to flip? Yeah, I do. So, right. This is probably a flat. 1, 2, 3, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this is probably 3, 3, 5. If this ends up bolting and going up here, this is going to be creating, let's say, another 70% on top of what ACH is going to do. Even looking in the wave count, wave 1, you've got a running flat, A, B, C. Wave 1, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 2, wave 3, this is about to absolutely go parabolic. If this is going to go parabolic, I think ACH is going to go parabolic because they're doing the exact same. You can go back and you don't even need to go back. Fucking hell. You guys get it easy. I'll show you what I was on about. So if these are looking the same, right? If these are looking the same, and they're going to go parabolic from the low here, look, they've pretty much been creating the same. But you can see this is obviously growing more than this. If they're going to be creating the same moves, you want to be in the fastest horse. Now, I want to keep 20% of ACH, mainly because, again, I could be wrong. More than likely, I don't think I am wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound like my bird here, but more than likely, I could be wrong, but I personally don't think I am. If that's already done a double move, Gala over ACH, it's a bit of a larger cap. This is the thing, most people don't want to be in these larger caps. I've mentioned this fucking loads of times. Everyone wants to be in these ones that haven't moved, in these low caps, the fucking 500 crypto, 50, 100 mil market cap. Honestly, get the fuck out of them. Like, this is what new people do. Be in, get a mixed bag of everything. Like, you're going to fuck yourself. Like, I showed this before of I'll just use ACH for as an example, right? Even though I think it's got good tech, it's you know what I mean? Chart looks great. Let's just show this for example, right? You got in both of them here. It was a little bit different down here. It actually looked a little bit better. But if you got in down here, you're up here, you're up 167%. If you got in at the same spot down here and it's up here, you're up 500%. This is what I mean. People, and it was even worse down here. Before this even moved, this was up 60%. It's about the same. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, now we're about the same. in terms of like price and X, Y, Z. So this is what I mean. People want to be in these large, small caps. Get the fuck out of small caps. If you don't know what you're doing, get in larger caps. That's where more of the smart money is going to be flowing into. Like a lot of people, I think, fuck themselves. They see these smaller market caps and they're like, wow, I need to be in this X, Y, Z. I've been showing AVAX now for fucking ages. We've had this count literally since here. Show the Indian diagonal back in June, about 16 months ago, 18 months ago. And I just think that AVAX, you're going to have something like this. And I know this looks mental. I'm going to show what I think is going to be coming over the next few years later on. But yeah, I just sort of wanted to go in that. So I've covered a few bits. I've gone over ACH. Let me just go over ACH. ACH over Bitcoin as well, just to show this isn't. I don't just want to fixate on ACH and ACH. And I'll get off that. Over Binance, all the chart overlays of Bitcoin are wank. I don't know why. I don't know if this has bottomed yet. I know that's a weird call, but we could be getting something like this, and come up where this absolutely does melt up over to Bitcoin up until January, Feb, but then bleeds and makes one new low, and then that's when the real move starts. And yeah, I can explain that in another video or sort of later on. Sorry, I'll explain that in later on today. But I don't know if this has bottomed yet. But either way, you want to be looking for charts like this that just look like they're going to outperform Bitcoin heavily. You can even look over ETH if you want, but Bitcoin's going to be a better denominator because Bitcoin's mainly going to be going sideways, and you're going to get less than probably about a 60% move because we're already at 95k. We're probably not going to be topping nowhere near over 150 in my opinion. Depends if we get that blow off top of an extended fifth, um, but yeah, this is what you want to be looking at. All right, I'm going to just quickly go over just some charts, and I'm going to go over memes. CRV. Again, I did a tweet earlier today. Most people are probably not going to like it, saying it's probably going to be a little bit sideways and boring now. Guys, you just need to understand, like, we've gone up 300%. It's going to take a lot longer now for us to sort of sideways up, sideways up, sideways up to get that extra double move. We could look, and I mentioned this. We could do this. We could be coming up, sitting on top, and be doing something like this. I just personally don't think we are. I think we're going to come to about 140, and I think a lot of alts are going to do this. So show it what I've just shown there with ACH, when I said it's going to probably go up against Bitcoin and maybe make a new low. What I mean by that is let's say this tops up here. CRV, in my opinion, is going to do something like this. Probably sit above this, make a triangle because this has been sharp, so sideways. This probably goes sideways till probably about April. Roughly, once Bitcoin does top and starts coming down a little bit, this is when this is going to have its fifth wave move. And then a few months into when Bitcoin starts shit in the bed, all alts are going to be shit in the bed. We're going to be getting something like this. This is personally what I think is going to come. I think we're going to get something like this, and then the real fucking moves. Again, I say the real moves, but I personally think we could be getting something like this. I mean, look, we could just go like that and create a flat and then go. But I think once these fifth waves are done, I think most stuff is going to be topping April, a little few months after onwards. April and then a little bit onwards, and then yeah, we're going to be pulling back for a bit. Personally, I know people don't want to hear that, but we've going up a little bit more for the fifth waves, and then yeah, we're going to be pulling back, and then once Bitcoin has done. So this is what I'm expecting, right? Let's just say we keep going like this. Fifth wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up until April, May time, roughly, something like this, right? Once this is pulling back like this and going like this is still where alts are going to flourish. Because Bitcoin hasn't really done much yet in terms of pulling back. People just think that this is a pullback and a larger uptrend, right? It's not until we break this low and we start doing something like this, and then that is when people see that, right, the trend's changing. It's the third of the third. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And in this move, this is where alts are probably going to shit the bed near mid-ish, June, July-ish, August-ish, something like that. Mid to end of next year. I'd say more mid as opposed to end of next year, but just after mid. And then that's when I think alts are going to be bleeding down. And then when this is going sideways a bit, I still don't. I think alts could make a bit of a retrace and go up to there. What I've just showed with CRV, when it completes its 1, 2, 3 triangle 4, 5, it comes down. Let's say if this, goes at a fourth wave, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it starts going sideways until it's got its fifth. These may go up a little bit while Bitcoin bleeds. um, into these four waves. But essentially, when we just keep bleeding down, they're just going to keep going down. And then once we've had that wave one, I mean, it probably is going to be not as big as that, but let's say like wave one. Then when we ABC wave two, we're going to have another like 12-month period there. Let's just say from like October to like probably another 8 months, October till what's that, maybe July, something like that. Just going sideways, and then again, that's where alts are going to go parabolic again. So it's going to be quite interesting, but we're going to get a couple of alt seasons. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to sort of highlight that and just bring it to people's attention, really. Um, but yeah, because I think a lot of people are expecting like another fucking 10x from here on alts, and just personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I think alts are going to be running hard, but I just think that we're going to get more of the alt season when we come down here after we've had a bit of a pullback. I mean, look, we might not pull back that much. We might not pull back all the way down here. It does make sense, but yeah, I do think we're going to sort of bleed after we do top out for these fifth waves. Again, this could be wrong. We could go a little bit more up, triangle 4, and then get up to about 350, and then come down, and then we may just sit above this, you know. But yes, going on the back of what I've just said, I don't think we've seen alts do anything just quite yet. So yeah, how funny is that? I'm sort of just contradicting myself. But yeah, I think that like some of these moves, I don't think we've seen, you know, sort of some of these massive big third of the third wave moves yet. And I did a post on Link. Um, this is what we showed on Link. This looks great as well. You've actually got A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is just the cleanest flat that you can get. All right. But yeah, so I showed this on Link here. Again, that's your third move. I'm expecting this to happen across the board. Again, this is the same setup as ACH. This just hasn't fully popped yet, in my opinion. Same as CRV's already had its pop, I think. Litecoin, I showed it before. I think like that's Litecoin's third of a third wave. You know, stuff like that. We're actually in a naughty trade here. We're actually up, 36R at the moment. Yeah, it's a great trade. Got in down here. I actually fluffed a couple of trades on here as well. But yeah, got in and out up here because I didn't know what the wave count was like. But then we got in up here once we had a little break of that level there. But yeah, I do think as well stuff like this. I've actually rotated a lot of other stuff that I owned. Like I owned a little bit of Tia and I owned some of Metis. I personally do think Metis will run, and I think this is going to be pretty fucking strong. And again, it's going to have that third of a third break. Again, you can see it's just coiling up. It's got nowhere to go. It's got nowhere to go. It's just sort of coiling up to have a third wave, and then we're just going to get stuff like this, you know. But I've rotated all my Metis, all of my TIA, because I overlaid the charts over CFX, and I think CFX is about to have a monster move. Probably a 50% chuck, straight up. All right. I'm just covering a couple of alts here. Obviously, we showed this on Mana. This is one of the trades I was in on Mana. I actually bottled a long on Sand at the same time. I wish I could get in Sand as well. But yeah, so I do think just a lot of these, like even Sol, I think Sol, again, I think I showed this previous earlier today. I think that this is bottomed. Once we start breaking above this as well, start breaking above this channel. If we start getting above this, then yeah, the bottom is more than likely, in my opinion, because you broke out of the corrective price channel. All right, so it looks good. So what I'm looking for is 5 waves up and a 3-wave pullback. So wave 1, wave 2, this could 1, 2, this could 3. We could get probably going to get something like this, 5, and then we're probably going to get something like this, and then I'm looking for something like this to long, obviously stop before the low, and then 5 waves to the high. But I don't even think we're ever going to probably come back down to 215 again, to be honest, until the bull run's finished. But yeah, Gala I think looks great. I already said that I've transitioned more into out of that. This perfect flat, wow, didn't even see this. Perfect flat. JTO A, B, C, and then obviously off you pop. Again, we've not seen anything else yet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, then 4, 5, then 4, 5, and then you've got wave 1, wave 2. This is wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, stuff like that. All right. How to look for tops of third wave. Someone asked me this, so I'm just going to quickly run through it. And I also want to show third of a third wave as well. Why do I think that this is This could be the top of the fifth wave because it's the extended fifth, or this could have been the 1 2 1 2. This could have been the third of the third wave. Now the main reason being is a couple of things. We have got the RSI, which is the highest point in the middle of this wave, so which is here. This, in my opinion, now just creates a massive divergence. We are not going above that high. I will show it in a few extra vids later on down the track, but we're not going above that high. Pretty much, and I don't want this to sound arrogant, but pretty much every time I have called a peak on RSI, I think I've done it 4 times over the couple of years of making these videos. I've not been wrong on one of them, and that's not me being, sort of showing off. It's just that you've got a blueprint, Elliott wave, and I'm going to be showing this and depicting it more in relation into my course. All right, but the reason is because when you have that most parabolic move, this normally is in the same spot of the third wave. All right. Wow, that was fucking well straight. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's normally the third of the third wave. In this instance, I do think it's probably the first wave of the fifth inside of this extension. Sorry, the third wave. So that's wave 1. This is wave 3, and then this is wave 5. All right. But yeah, I think we're gonna just get something like this now. Just gonna get something like this. And personally, I actually don't think that that's even going to get touched even once if in April. I know that sounds mental. It's probably better to do it on the daily, really, but I don't think it's going to go over even on the. Yeah, this is miles better to do it on. All right. Again, you can see here. I'll show this for example. So the middle of the third wave is normally. Again, with this, you had a bit more of an extended fifth wave. So that's why you had this bit here as the high. And then again, it's just going down. And you created that fifth wave and you just created a massive divergence. And I think you're going to have the same here again. I think this is your top of your third wave, even though we're going to be making new highs. So this is just going to be going like this, like that. Create a new high, come down, create a new high. Still got that divergence. Just going to bleed, 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 go like that when we top out, and then it obviously comes back down. And then that's when I think we're going to come back down here and reset again on most. All right. What was I going to show? Oh yeah, whiff. This looks fucking mega. I've actually rotated, again, I said I want to show you, say a bit more alpha in terms of, I have rotated a lot of my CRV out of CRV and I've put it into whiff. Personally, I think most think memes are dead. And I said this the other week about, I do think a lot of memes are dead. I just don't think a lot of blue chip memes are dead. I think with Pepe, Doge, a lot of those are dead. I look, I don't want to start saying all these are dead. And look, again, you can sort of see now that a lot of them are starting to pop up a little bit, and they will come back. Trust me, it's a rotating market. I'm not going to be touching these as hard as I was touching prior. I actually did make a fair bit, but yeah, I'm just not going to touch them as much as my blue chips. Like I can potentially go on in some of these and hopefully try and ride up until April, May, try and get fucking 1000x. But personally, the way that some of these charts are showing and the way like some of these blue chips like Pepe, personally Pepe over um, like this, I think that this is going to be topping out of an ABC. Again, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 and then 5. So Pepe might outperform Whiff over the next probably good few weeks over the next month, but I'm not bothered. I'm in Whiff. I think just Whiff looks a little bit stronger. It's not popped up just quite yet. It's sat on major support. It's a good place to long. It's a blue chip, one of the largest memes. It's very culty, and it's pretty much just played. So this is what I'm going for. I'm going for a 25x, something like this, around $22, even though I think this could push close to 30. But yeah, we're getting what I showed before, hovering on this resistance. Once we start breaking up, especially above that high, the floodgates are opening. This is going to show something similar to Solana, in my opinion. So I've took a lot of my profits out of CRV early to get into WIF. I'd rather, I can miss an extra 30-40% on CRV, but I'd rather sit patiently in WIF. In terms of CRV, no, sorry, I was just going to show Solana. Similar to this, look. wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two. This had a similar move, parabolic move. We rolled over, and I was showing literally down here that we're going to have an absolute move, and we had 1, 2, and off we pop. I think we're going to get the same here as well. Where the fuck is whiff? It looks very similar. 1, 2, and then again, you can have that 1, 2, 1, 2 bump and run. All right. Yeah, how to trade some of these third of a third waves as well. This is a nice long I'm on. I've not even uploaded any of these to my trading. I'm a bit behind on my trade log, to be honest. I've just been very fucking busy, so I've not even put in. These I don't just put this in. I make it a little bit more fancy for my trade journal. What was I going to show? But there's just a lot of charts like this that are just showing. Jesus, not Doge, but like this, like. Oh no, what I was going to show is how do you get like third of a third breaks, and how was I expecting moves like this? It's because you've got a wave one, a wave two, a wave one, a wave two. Now this wave two has come inside of this wave one, so you know it's a wave one, wave two. So you're going to be expecting that parabolic move. Like you're going to be expecting a parabolic move because more than likely, if you break this high, if you've got an ABC and that's an X, you're only going to get another ABC. And if it is, by that point, you can see that it's another ABC and you can just get out up here. So for me, it was not a risk-free trade, but there was not really much suggesting that this is going to break down if we break above this high. And it just bolted up a bit too quick for me to get in. But yeah, like I said, I did fuck up a long on sand. I could have got in along here on sand. I was going to get in around there, 37, and a stop around that bottom of that low, close to the low. And this actually pumped a lot more than mana. I actually do love sand. I'm going to be buying shitloads of it once we... Again, I think we're going to get the same thing. What I've just shown before, a lot of these alts, I think they're going to come up. Once this has its fourth and fifth, I think this is just going to range sideways until about April, have its fifth wave, and then I think we're going to get something like this, an ABC down for a few months. And then I think this is when they're going to go absolutely parabolic, once Bitcoin really has a shit and a meltdown. All right. So I really just wanted to cover a lot of bits. Hopefully I've covered a fair bit. I'm going to go on ETH Bitcoin as well, just very, very quickly. But there's a lot. There's like, sort of rune. This full on breakout now, in my opinion. Wave one. This could be a wave one, wave two, wave one, wave two, or wave one, A, B, C, 1, 2, 1, 2, third. And this is just going to go parabolic. Again, this is what I mean. We haven't seen most of these moves on alts just quite yet. But again, you're probably going to get something similar where a lot of them are going to be topping out. Look, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, something like that. And then obviously when Bitcoin tops and shits, get something like that, and then obviously off you pop again. So this is what I mean. I do think a lot of stuff is going to be popping just after Bitcoin. But yeah, it looks good. Let me go over. I really hope I am right on this Gala fiasco. As opposed to ACH. I think I am, but yeah, I've just been in ACH for a while, and then to get out, but yeah, I think this even looks fucking great. But I've even rolled a lot of my Metis. What did I get out of Metis? I got out of Metis and got into, oh yeah, that was it, CFX. Because yeah, I think CFX is going to do better over Metis. I'll just show you that chart. Look, CFX over Metis, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I think this is going to bolt up because you've just had a big flat. So as much as I think Metis is going to go up, I also think that this is CFX is going to go up even more. All right, Ethereum, Bitcoin. This is a funny chart. I showed this here saying that we're going to bolt up. Again, I think we've got something like this. ABC, wave W, wave X, and you've got wave A. This is a truncated fifth. Wave A, wave A, wave B, and then you've got wave C. Again, look at this. This is probably, it's not going to be as quick as this, right? This is what I'm talking about in terms of how long alts have got left, and I shared this ages ago, like a year or two ago, that let's say this creates 5 waves, right? We could even get something like that, then we could even roll over, right? Till, again, when Bitcoin tops. Then Bitcoin tops, then rolls over, then we could just be getting something like this. for like the WXY, and this could I honestly do think that alts are going to be running way past Bitcoin's top, because once it goes into that retrace, they're just going to keep continuing. But yeah, obviously this is shit for later and down the track. I just wanted to show you what I am expecting. I do think a lot of stuff is again going to be topping roughly when Bitcoin tops. Um, yeah, topping when Bitcoin tops, maybe a few months after, and then again get that roll. I know I've said it like 6 times, but yeah, parcel. A lot of these look decent. This is only a 60 mil market cap. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it really. If you can, like, comment, subscribe, honestly share it about. It does fucking help. Yeah, retweet it on Twitter, whatever you can do. It just makes me, keeps me wanna stay in and carry on. But yeah, my charts normally look like this. When I put these in, I've just not edited them yet and put them into my trade plan. But yeah, it gives me the motivation to carry on with them, I suppose. Even though I do love doing them. But yes, that is it. That is pretty much it. I'm just trying to think if I've missed anything. Nah, that should be it. But yeah, peace. I do go away. In fact, just quickly, I do go away on Friday. I go away for a few days, taking a few days off. I'm going to a place up north, a great and lovely place up north. Just take a few days off. So go away on Friday morning, back on Sunday, Monday-ish. So yeah, I'll be back. I probably won't post any charts over the weekend. But yeah, peace. Just trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, if you need me, just message me on Twitter. But yeah, that's everything. Safe.